Just want to quickly set expectations for this video. This is sort of a behind the scenes of the past year. I won't dive into too much technical detail, but I thought some of y'all would find this interesting. I'll also be giving some special shoutouts to some of my viewers, and I'll also give a small sneak peek at what next year's videos may bring. If you aren't interested, that's okay, you can skip this one. On December 21st, 2023, this channel had 4,909 subscribers. That number felt unreal at the time. I couldn't believe there were thousands of people who wanted to see me talk about stuff. I was in the middle of editing a video about data breaches, which I was very excited to share. There was a problem though. I didn't love how I was visualizing the information. So, after the video was published, and time marched into 2024, I decided to try to learn how to do a simple rigged animation character in Blender. I had already been using Blender for about a decade before, but I was excited to learn a new trick. This process of learning and building things out took months. I wasn't comfortable with sculpting at the time, so I paid somebody to build out the base mesh for my character, this character, and I modified it by adding things like the me face and such. Eventually, I decided I was ready to try it out on a new video, and so I quickly wrote the VPN video script, and I used the new 3D character animation method. That video personally fell flat for me, at least as far as the writing goes. I missed a lot of the really important context, and I didn't focus enough on the research. But I don't let that deter me. I just used it as an opportunity to learn from my mistakes. The next video I would make would be much more researched. And I sort of burnt out on just that idea. Writing and researching is still really new to me, and I still feel like there is a lot of room for improvement, but it seemed overwhelming to try to be better just out of nowhere. So a month went by with no videos, writing, or anything. I eventually thought to myself, hey, just make something silly. That was a trick I'd learned a while ago to help get me out of creative funks. If I just make something that has no importance at all, just make something for the sake of making something, then I might snap out of that creative funk. And so, Hey was created, and it worked. I still wasn't feeling terribly confident in the research process, so I thought I'd just make a video where I spit out my thoughts, very similar to the one you're watching right now. This resulted in me nerding out about the slow and reverb music, which was a video I really enjoyed making. It was really helpful to recognize that I like making videos about things that I'm passionate about. If I keep my interests in the back of my head while I work on these, I should be okay. While all of this was happening, I kept getting comments on my dumbphone video asking if I still use it. I had thought that instead of answering the same question over and over again, I should just make a 2-year follow-up video. I wrote that, showcasing some of the new challenges I came across, as well as some of the new perks I hadn't ever considered. For the next video, I wanted to do the research thing right. The next 2 months would be spent digging into all kinds of things. It went through many iterations, and eventually it became the Privacy Visualizer video. This came at the time that I had really started to resonate with the idea of being the change you want to see in the world. I am certainly down to complain about all these sucky systems, but I eventually realized that I can just make something different. I don't think the tool that I made is perfect by any means, but apparently, people have been using it in their college research papers. They've been using it to help showcase what all of this data collection means to their friends and families, and I'm so thrilled that I got to be a part of that. One of the nuggets of research I had done as a part of the visualizer video was about cookies. It didn't exactly fit into that video, so I asked you guys if you wanted a cookie video, and you very clearly said yes. So, the next month was spent wrapping up the research for that video. As I dug into it, I just kept finding ingots of information about this crazy story about how cookies came to be. Not a single article I read in the past 20 years talked about this story, only small pieces. This got me excited to find more. I started researching newspaper articles from 30 years ago that would give some small insight that no one else had in recent times. I started finding leads to public-facing chat logs from 1993, so I started reading those. I watched several video interviews from 10 years ago that only had 100 views each. Each little thing I found filled in the puzzle even more, and it was such a fun process. The video you watched was the puzzle that I was able to put together with all of that research. That video was also the first time I had worked with somebody. Shout out to Live for helping me with the sound design on this video. I'm very much looking forward to working with you in the future. Today, there are now 27,711 subscribers. I know that number will be higher by the time I upload this video, but I just want to say thank you for your support. Thank you for your kindness, and thank you for your patience. These videos take a long time to make, and as I have bigger and better ideas, they take even more time. Anyways, that's enough history. Let's get to some special shoutouts. Thank you to the people who donated directly on my videos using Super Thanks. I don't currently have memberships enabled, as I've thought in the past that I don't want you to pay for the promise of a video, but I'm still weighing the options there. If you feel inclined to pay me, I currently just want you to pay for what has already been created. So thank you so much to Brandon and Gleamy, I'm guessing is how you pronounce that, for their donations. Also, last minute shout out to McTonk for their donation as well. I've decided to give an award to someone for the comment of the year. This comment made me laugh as it was not only the first comment on one of my videos, it was the first comment on a video that had been live on my channel for 12 years. Mr. Glob64, the award for best comment of the year is for you. Lastly, real quick, shout out to Rain137 and Linkard. You two know what you did. The rest of you have the potential to see what they did, but that's all I'm willing to say about that. As we look back on the year, I want to give a glimpse of what's coming up. Some of my goals for next year are to properly learn sculpting and recreating my character's design. This one is fun and all, but I want to be able to create new characters and interactions with future videos, so learning how to do it myself will make this a lot easier. Plus, I have learned a ton about rigging animation, and I have some really cool ideas that will make things even better. Another goal is to experiment more with different locations. As cool as this classroom scene is, not every video will make sense in here. And speaking of upcoming videos in 2025, I'm already deep in research for a video about advertising, another about fingerprinting. I don't know when those will be done, so just stick around. These deep research videos take a lot longer to make. And I may even have a third one that is a really deep dive, but I want to save that for when it's ready. Thank you again for all your support this year. Thank you for watching this video. Please continue to be patient, not only with me, but with anyone you interact with. Peace.